Let's talk about something that stands in the way of every single person's success: negative thinking. It's a force that can tear you down, hold you back, and keep you from achieving everything you are capable of. But here's the good news: you have the power to change your thinking, and when you do, you change your entire life. Negative thinking is like a thief. It steals your confidence, your joy, and your potential. It tells you lies, convincing you that you're not good enough, that success isn't for you, that it's too late, or that the odds are against you. But the truth is, the only limit you have is the one you set in your own mind. Let's stop giving negative thinking the power to define us. Let's take control of our thoughts and our destiny. You can't afford to let negativity rob you of your future. You are made for greatness. But that greatness will not show up until you choose to think positively and proactively. The key to killing negative thinking is simple awareness, discipline, and action. It starts by recognizing when negativity creeps in, taking responsibility for it, and replacing those thoughts with ones that serve you, ones that empower you. Don't wait for motivation to come, you create it. You train your mind to focus on what you want, not on what you fear. Remember, your mind is a garden. What you plant in it will grow. So plant seeds of positivity, belief, and possibility. There will be challenges, there will be tough days, but if you change your thoughts, you change your actions. And when you change your actions, you change your life. Start today. Kill those negative thoughts before they can take root and replace them with the positive, empowering thoughts that will propel you forward. Your life today is the result of the thoughts you've been thinking. If you want a better future, start by changing your mindset now. Be careful what you think, because that's who you become. Choose your thoughts wisely. Just like any other habit, you can retrain your mind. Practice thinking positively every day, and soon it will become your default. Don't allow negativity in. Be selective about what you expose yourself to, whether it's the media, people, or situations. Every time you face adversity, instead of focusing on the problem, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this help me grow? Stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance. You have the power to change your circumstances by changing your thinking. Problems are a part of life, but how you respond to them makes all the difference. Focus on the opportunities within the challenges. Replace negative influences with positive inputs, books, podcasts, people who inspire and challenge you to think better and act smarter. Negative thinking thrives when you focus on what's wrong. Start each day by listing the things you're grateful for, and you'll find your mindset shifting in a positive direction. Invest in it, nurture it, and protect it. The more you develop a positive mindset, the more valuable and unstoppable you become in all areas of life. When it comes to shaping your life, there's one critical principle that can't be ignored: taking full responsibility for your thoughts. You see, your thoughts are the seeds from which your reality grows. Every action you take, every decision you make, begins with a thought. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing your thinking. Too many people walk through life blaming their circumstances, their environment, or the people around them for where they are. But here's the truth: the only person responsible for your thoughts is you. No one else controls what goes on in your mind unless you let them. It's easy to blame external factors when things aren't going well, but the moment you shift your mindset and take ownership of your thoughts, everything changes. You are the thinker of your thoughts. This means you have the power to control them, and with that control comes freedom. When you take responsibility for your thoughts, you stop being at the mercy of negative patterns and automatic reactions. Instead, you choose what to think and when to think it. You no longer let your emotions dictate your actions. You take charge of your emotions by taking charge of your thoughts. Most people are unaware of how powerful their thoughts are. They go through life allowing negative, limiting beliefs to dominate their thinking. These beliefs become like chains that hold them in place. But the truth is, you can break free from these chains at any time. The key is awareness. The first step is realizing that you can change your thought patterns and then choosing to do so every single day. When you take full responsibility for your thoughts, you stop being reactive and start being proactive. Instead of reacting to the world around you, you begin to shape the world you want to live in, starting with your mind. You stop letting fear, doubt, and uncertainty control you. You create a mindset of possibility, of hope, and of power. This isn't about being perfect. No one is. You'll still have negative thoughts from time to time, but when you take full responsibility for them, you don't let them control you. You catch them, you challenge them, and you replace them with thoughts that align with your vision for your life. When you understand that you are the creator of your thoughts, You also understand that you are the creator of your future. It's all in your hands. Your thoughts will determine the actions you take, and those actions will create the results you experience. So if you want different results, start with different thoughts. The moment you take full responsibility for your thoughts is the moment you take full control of your life. If you want to understand the power of your thoughts, consider this: you are the average of the thoughts you allow to occupy your mind. Think about that for a moment. Your thoughts shape who you are, how you act, and ultimately what you become. What's in your mind today will determine what you do tomorrow, and over time, those actions will shape the life you live. The truth is, most people don't realize the weight their thoughts carry. They think their external circumstances define them, or that life is something that just happens to them. But that's not the case. What truly defines you is what you think about yourself, your potential, and your future. If your mind is filled with negativity, doubt, and worry, that's what you will experience in your life. Your thoughts are the silent architects of your reality. Let's take a step back and really think about what's going on in your mind. What are you consistently feeding yourself mentally? Are you constantly worried about the challenges ahead? Are you thinking about the obstacles that might stop you from reaching your goals? Or are you thinking about the opportunities, the possibilities, and the positive actions you can take? If your mind is cluttered with negative thoughts, that's what your life will reflect. But if you shift your thinking to one of abundance, belief, and action, you will see that reflected in your results. You can't be a person of greatness if your thoughts are small. If you allow small, limiting beliefs to dominate your thinking, that's all you'll ever be: small, limited. Your thoughts are the blueprint for your actions, and your actions determine the direction your life will go. But here's the great news: you have the power to change your thoughts. The beauty of this is that it's entirely in your hands. You don't have to accept the negative thought patterns that have held you back for so long. You can choose to think differently. Think about the people around you. Think about the influences you expose yourself to on a daily basis, whether it's books, conversations, social media, or even the way you talk to yourself. All of these factors contribute to the thoughts that take up space in your mind. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, you'll become the average of that negativity. But if you surround yourself with positivity, ambition, and possibility, that's the person you will become. The most successful and fulfilled people in life aren't necessarily the ones with the most talent or the best circumstances. They are the ones who learn to control their thoughts. They guard their minds fiercely and fill them with thoughts that empower, inspire, and propel them forward. If you want to be more than average, start thinking above average. If you want to reach higher, set your sights higher and allow your thoughts to follow suit. Remember, you are the product of your thoughts. They don't just sit idle in your mind, they lead to actions, and those actions lead to results. So take control. Feed your mind with thoughts that elevate you, that push you to become better, and that inspire you to do more. When you do, you'll find that your life begins to rise to meet your thoughts. You'll become the person you've always wanted to be because your thoughts have shifted, and as a result, your world will shift too. Negative thinking is a habit, a pattern of thought that you've likely repeated so many times it's become second nature. Just like any other habit, it doesn't happen overnight. It's built up over time through repeated thought processes and actions. But here's the key: habits can be broken. No matter how ingrained they are, you can change them, and once you do, your life will change along with them. When you think negatively, it's not because of your circumstances, it's because your mind has grown accustomed to seeing the world through a lens of limitation, fear, or doubt. You've trained yourself to expect the worst, to focus on what could go wrong rather than what could go right. But the good news is, just like any habit, negative thinking can be unlearned and replaced with more productive, positive thought patterns. The first step in breaking the habit of negative thinking is to recognize it. You can't fix something you don't acknowledge. Start paying attention to the thoughts that run through your mind throughout the day. Are they focused on solutions, or are they dwelling on problems? Are they about opportunity, or are they about fear and failure? By catching yourself when negativity arises, you can begin to interrupt the cycle. Now, just noticing the negative thoughts isn't enough. The next step is to challenge them. When you hear that inner voice telling you that something is impossible or that you're not good enough, ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought? More often than not, you'll realize that these negative thoughts are just fears or assumptions with no solid foundation. And when you realize that you have the power to reject them, once you start rejecting negative thoughts, you need to replace them. It's not enough just to stop thinking negatively. You have to fill that mental space with something better. Replacing negativity with a positive, empowering thought will begin to rewire your brain. For example, instead of thinking this will never work, replace it with, I can figure this out. I will find a way. The more you practice this, the more it becomes your new way of thinking. Remember, breaking a habit takes time and consistency. If you've been thinking negatively for years, don't expect to change it overnight. But every time you make the conscious choice to replace a negative thought with a positive one, you are slowly reprogramming your mind. Over time, this will become your new default. The more you practice, the less effort it will take, and before you know it, negative thinking will no longer have a place in your life. The key here is persistence. Don't be discouraged by setbacks or slip-ups. There will be days when negative thoughts creep back in, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you failed, it means you're human. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not that they never experience negativity, it's that they refuse to let it control them. Every time you push through a negative thought and replace it with a positive one, you're strengthening your mental discipline. Ultimately, you are the master of your mind. If you can change the way you think, you can change the way you live. Negative thinking may be a habit, but it's not a permanent one unless you allow it to be. Start today, break the habit, and replace it with a mindset that will serve you, empower you, and lead you to the success you deserve. Your mind is your most valuable asset. It's the foundation of everything you do, everything you think, and every action you take. Just as a fortress is built to keep out invaders and protect what's inside, you must guard your mind like a fortress. This means being vigilant about what you allow into your mental space, because not everything around you is worthy of your attention. Think about it. Every day you're bombarded with information, ideas, opinions, and negativity from all directions. The news, the people around you, social media, even the conversations you overhear, these are all inputs that shape the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. If you're not careful, these influences can slowly erode your mindset, filling your thoughts with doubt, fear, and limitations. That's why you have to take a stand for your mind. You have to decide that you won't allow just... Guarding your mind begins with awareness. You need to be aware of the things that influence your thoughts, both consciously and subconsciously. Ask yourself, what am I feeding my mind today? Are you watching news programs that instill fear? Are you spending time with people who bring you down or make you feel small? Are you consuming content that inspires you or drains you? If you're filling your mind with negativity and low-level thinking, you can't expect to perform at your highest level. You can't expect to achieve greatness. To guard your mind, you must be selective about what you expose yourself to. Just as you wouldn't let an enemy march through the gates of your fortress, you shouldn't let destructive or toxic influences breach the walls of your mind. That means filtering the content you consume. It means surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, who encourage you to think differently. It means reading books, listening to podcasts, and seeking out mentors that push you toward your goals, not away from them. But it's not just about keeping negativity out, it's also about actively filling your mind with positive, empowering, and constructive thoughts. Guarding your mind means being intentional about what you let in. What you read, what you listen to, what you think about, what you dwell on, it all matters. You must choose to focus on what serves you. Choose thoughts that reinforce your confidence, your potential, and your vision for the future. These thoughts act as the bricks and mortar that build your mental fortress. You have to also understand that not everyone will understand your commitment to guarding your mind. Some will criticize you for it. Some will say you're too focused, too intense, or too particular about what you let in. But here's the reality, those same people will stay stuck while you will grow. They will be pulled in every direction by the chaos and distractions of life, while you stay focused, centered, and on course, because you've created a mental environment that fosters growth, clarity, and success. You must train yourself to protect your mind. Just as a fortress has guards, you need to be on alert for negative thoughts, unhelpful ideas, and influences that don't serve your goals. This takes discipline, but it's worth it. The more you train yourself to guard your mind, the easier it becomes to ignore distractions and stay focused on what really matters. Guarding your mind also means having the strength to say no to the things, the people, and the ideas that would distract or derail you from your mission. It's about creating boundaries, setting limits, and saying no to anything that threatens the peace and productivity of your mental fortress. Finally, it's about being proactive. It's not just about reacting to negativity or defending against harmful influences. It's about deliberately choosing to strengthen your mind. Take time every day to invest in it, read something inspiring, meditate, visualize your goals, and affirm your beliefs. The more you do this, the stronger your fortress will become, and the less likely negativity will be able to penetrate it. Remember, your mind is your greatest asset, and it's up to you to protect it. If you want to build the life you've always dreamed of, you have to guard your mind like a fortress. Don't let anything in that could harm your growth, your success, or your peace of mind. When you protect your thoughts and fill your mind with the right influences, your life will reflect that power and focus, and your future will be one of success and fulfillment. Every person faces challenges, that's a fact of life. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is how they respond to those challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, you must learn to reframe them as opportunities. When you can shift your perspective, you start to see that challenges are not something to avoid, they're something to embrace. Think about it, challenges are the things that make you grow. They push you to think differently, to dig deeper, and to develop new skills. Without them, you'd stay comfortable, stagnant, and ultimately stuck. Growth happens when you step out of your comfort zone, and challenges are what force you to do that. If you can reframe a challenge and see it for what it truly is, a chance to learn, adapt, and improve, you'll approach life with a completely different mindset. The key to this is mindset. Too many people face a challenge and immediately think, this is too much. I can't handle this. This is a sign that I'm not cut out for this, but that's the wrong approach. The truth is, the size of your challenges is a reflection of the size of your potential. If you are facing a big challenge, it's because you're capable of big things. When you understand this, you begin to see challenges as signs of opportunity, not as threats. Look at any great achievement in history. The people who made the biggest impact didn't sit back and wait for life to be easy. They didn't run from difficulty or try to avoid problems. Instead, they faced them head on and asked, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to my advantage? When you change your approach to challenges, you start seeing solutions instead of problems. You start asking the right questions and looking for ways to turn the situation around. For example, let's say your business isn't growing the way you want it to. Instead of seeing this as a sign of failure, reframe it. This is an opportunity to analyze what's working and what's not. It's an opportunity to learn more about your market, to tweak your strategies, or even to develop new skills that you didn't have before. Instead of letting the challenge demoralize you, use it as a stepping stone toward your next level of success. Reframing challenges as opportunities also means being solution-oriented. When problems arise, don't spend time focusing on how difficult the situation is or how unfair it might seem. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do right now to change this? How can I turn this into something positive? The moment you start focusing on solutions, you take control of the situation. You stop being a victim to your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your future. Another benefit of reframing challenges as opportunities is that it gives you the strength to persevere. When you view obstacles as opportunities for growth, you're less likely to give up when things get tough. You don't see challenges as permanent setbacks, you see them as temporary hurdles that are simply part of the journey. When you have this perspective, you can endure the toughest times because you know they will pass and that there's something valuable on the other side. It's also important to celebrate challenges. Every time you face something difficult and come out the other side stronger, you build your confidence and resilience. Rather than feeling defeated, you should feel proud. Every challenge you overcome is evidence of your growth and progress. The more challenges you face, the more equipped you become to handle future ones. It's like building muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. Finally, reframing challenges is a mindset shift that you need to practice every day. Every time something goes wrong or doesn't go according to plan, stop and ask yourself, what is the opportunity here? What can I learn from this? Over time, this becomes second nature. You'll train yourself to automatically see challenges as opportunities, and as a result, you'll handle life's ups and downs with greater ease and confidence. Remember, challenges are not meant to break you. They're meant to build you. When you reframe them as opportunities, you change the game. You begin to see every difficulty as a chance to grow, to learn, and to get one step closer to the success you've always dreamed of. So embrace your challenges because they are the very things that will propel you forward. You are not a victim of your circumstances, your past, or the things that have happened to you. You are the victor, and the sooner you embrace this truth, the sooner you'll begin to see how much power you really have. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Every setback, every challenge, and every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise, and it's your response to these challenges that will determine your success. Too many people walk around with a victim mentality. They see themselves as helpless, as if life is happening to them and they're just along for the ride. They blame their environment, their upbringing, their bad luck, or even other people for where they are in life. But here's the thing, you are the creator of your reality. No one else is responsible for your success or failure. When you take full responsibility for your life, you take the first step toward transforming it. Being a victim means seeing yourself as powerless, stuck, and at the mercy of everything around you. It means seeing every challenge as something you can't overcome. Every failure is proof that you'll never succeed, and every tough situation is confirmation that you're not capable of achieving anything meaningful. But this mindset is a lie. You have everything you need to succeed within you right now. You are the victor when you understand that you have the power to control how you react to life circumstances. Life will throw challenges your way, sometimes big ones, sometimes small ones, but it's your decision how you respond. Victors don't see problems as permanent barriers, they see them as temporary challenges, stepping stones on the path to greatness. Victors don't sit back and wait for things to change, they take action to change them. The moment you choose to see yourself as a victor, you take back control, you stop blaming and start owning your circumstances. When you stop being a victim, you become the master of your destiny. You realize that your future is not determined by external factors, it's determined by the decisions you make, the actions you take, and the way you choose to view the world. Think about the most successful and influential people in history. Were they victims? Did they let their circumstances dictate their futures? No, they didn't. They had the same challenges, the same setbacks, and the same difficulties as anyone else. But they didn't see those things as insurmountable obstacles. They saw them as opportunities to grow, to prove their resilience, and to become stronger. Being the victor means choosing to rise above your circumstances. It means recognizing that you have the strength, the intelligence, and the ability to overcome whatever life throws at you. It's about shifting your mindset from one of defeat to one of empowerment. When you take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your beliefs, you transform yourself from someone who feels helpless into someone who is unstoppable. Victors also know that failure is not the end, it's part of the process. When you fail, you don't let it define you. You don't throw in the towel or quit. Instead, you look at it as feedback, as a lesson, as an opportunity to improve. Failure is simply a step towards success. The road to victory is paved with setbacks, but it's the victor who keeps going, keeps learning, and keeps pressing forward despite the challenges. One of the most powerful things you can do is train yourself to think like a victor. Whenever a tough situation arises, ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? By shifting your perspective, you stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and start seeing them as growth opportunities. This mental shift can change everything. You're also a victor when you take full responsibility for your life. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or the right circumstances to act. Take action now. Don't wait for someone else to change things for you. Take charge and start creating the life you want. The power to shape your future is in your hands. You are the one who gets to decide what your life looks like. Remember, you are not a victim. You are the victor. The choices you make, the mindset you adopt, and the actions you take will define the direction of your life. When you start thinking, acting, and believing like a victor, you'll begin to see that the world around you opens up, opportunities appear, and challenges become manageable. It's all within your control. So rise up, take charge, and remember your victory is not just possible. It's inevitable when you take responsibility and believe. Positive thinking doesn't mean sticking your head in the sand and pretending that everything is perfect when it's not. It's not about ignoring the challenges, the difficulties, or the obstacles you face. Positive thinking is about focusing on the solution, not the problem. It's about recognizing that while things may not be going the way you want, you have the power to choose where to direct your energy. And that energy should always be focused on finding a way forward. The reality is that life is full of ups and downs. There will be times when things seem out of your control, when problems arise, and when things don't go as planned. That's simply part of the journey. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is how they choose to respond when challenges occur. Do you focus on the difficulty or do you focus on the way through it? It's easy to get caught up in the negativity of a problem. When things go wrong, it's natural to feel frustrated, discouraged, or even defeated. But staying stuck in that mindset won't solve anything. It only keeps you paralyzed, unable to move forward. When you think positively, you don't deny the reality of a situation. Instead, you acknowledge it, accept it, and then shift your focus to the solution. Positive thinking is not about pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about believing that a solution exists and that you have the ability to find it. It's about having the mindset that no matter how difficult the situation is, you will find a way to overcome it. One of the most powerful ways to practice positive thinking is to ask yourself the right questions. Instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? Or what did I do wrong? Ask yourself, what can I do to fix this? Or how can I turn this situation around? The questions you ask determine the direction of your thoughts. When you ask problem-focused questions, you stay stuck in the problem. When you ask solution-focused questions, you begin to shift your mindset toward action and progress. Positive thinking is also about choosing where to place your energy. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. If you spend your energy complaining about the problem, you waste valuable time and resources. But when you focus on what can be done, you start taking the first steps toward a resolution. Even in the most difficult of circumstances, you can choose to direct your energy toward finding a way out. Sometimes the solution doesn't come right away, and that's okay. Positive thinking doesn't mean having all the answers immediately. It means having the faith and determination to keep searching for those answers. It means having the confidence to keep moving forward even when the path isn't clear. Success doesn't come from avoiding problems. It comes from facing them head on and finding ways to solve them. The important thing to remember is that solutions come from action, not from worry. When you focus on the problem, you only spiral deeper into negativity. But when you focus on the solution, you open up the possibility of change. Positive thinking drives action. It pushes you to look for ways to improve your situation, to learn from your mistakes, and to take steps toward a better outcome. It empowers you to keep going even when the road gets tough. Also, positive thinking requires practice. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeing the negative side of things, especially when life feels overwhelming. But the more you practice focusing on the solution, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you'll train yourself to see opportunities even in the midst of difficulty. You'll begin to see every problem as an opportunity for growth. And that shift in perspective will change your entire approach to life. Positive thinking is not a way to avoid reality, it's a way to embrace it and take charge of your destiny. It's about being real about the challenges you face while keeping your eyes focused on the path forward. It's about understanding that no matter how difficult the situation may seem, there is always a way through it, and you have the power to find it. In the end, your ability to focus on solutions will determine your success. The more you practice positive thinking, the more you will find yourself overcoming obstacles and achieving the goals you set. Challenges are inevitable, but so is the possibility of success when you choose to focus on the solution instead of the problem. The next time you face a difficulty, remember, don't dwell on the problem. Ask yourself, what's the solution, and then get to work. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring reality, it's about creating the reality you want by focusing on what can be done. Your mind is like a garden, and just like a garden, it needs to be carefully tended. If you fill it with negativity, doubt, and fear, that's exactly what will grow. But if you feed it with positive, uplifting material, ideas that inspire you, challenge you, and help you grow, that's what will flourish. What you feed your mind determines the quality of your thoughts, and the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. Too many people spend their days consuming content that doesn't serve them. They watch the news, scroll through social media, and engage in conversations that only drain their energy and bring them down. They wonder why they feel stuck, why they're not making progress, or why they don't have the mindset of a successful person. The answer is simple: they haven't been feeding their minds the right fuel. You see, your mind is constantly absorbing information. Whether you realize it or not, the things you expose yourself to have a profound impact on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. If you're watching content that's full of negativity, violence, or fear, that's what will be on your mind. If you're listening to people who are constantly complaining, criticizing, or spreading doubt, that's what will shape your beliefs. You must be intentional about what you allow to enter your mind, because it will shape your attitude, your decisions, and ultimately your future. Feeding your mind with uplifting material means making a conscious choice to seek out content that supports your goals and inspires you to become a better version of yourself. It means reading books that expand your knowledge, listening to podcasts that motivate you to take action, and surrounding yourself with people who encourage you to think bigger. The more you expose yourself to these kinds of influences, the more they will shape your mindset and push you toward success. One of the most powerful things you can do is read. Books are one of the best ways to feed your mind with uplifting material. There's no shortage of books that can inspire you, teach you new skills, and open your mind to new possibilities. The beauty of reading is that it allows you to tap into the knowledge and experiences of others, many of whom have gone through the struggles you're facing and come out on the other side stronger. When you read books that elevate your thinking, you begin to see the world differently. You start to understand that challenges are opportunities, that failure is part of the process, and that success is within your reach. But it's not just about reading, it's about everything you expose yourself to. What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you surrounding yourself with? The people in your life have a huge influence on your mindset. If you spend your time with people who are constantly negative, who drag you down with their pessimism, or who never challenge you to be better, then you're not feeding your mind with the right material. Instead, you need to surround yourself with individuals who lift you up, who inspire you, and who challenge you to think differently. Seek out mentors, coaches, or friends who have the mindset you want to develop, and spend more time with them. You also have to be mindful of what you listen to. Podcasts, audiobooks, seminars, and motivational talks are all excellent ways to feed your mind with positive material. The beauty of this is that you can listen while you're driving, exercising, or even doing chores around the house. Instead of wasting time on mindless entertainment, why not use that time to fill your mind with ideas that can change your life? Every moment is an opportunity to grow. Feeding your mind with uplifting material also means taking control of your thoughts. You are in charge of what you think. If you're constantly thinking about what's wrong with your life, what's holding you back, or what you don't have, you're training your mind to focus on scarcity. But if you consciously shift your thoughts toward abundance, toward the possibilities in front of you, and toward the solutions instead of the problems, you begin to rewire your brain for success. Remember, your mind is a tool, and it's up to you how you use it. If you want to live a successful life, you need to feed your mind with material that encourages you, uplifts you, and pushes you toward your goals. You need to fill it with thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that will empower you, not hold you back. The key is consistency. Feeding your mind is not a one-time event, it's something you need to do every day. Just like you need to eat regularly to fuel your body, you need to feed your mind regularly to keep it sharp, focused, and positive. Over time, the more you invest in your mind, the more it will pay off. The thoughts you have today will shape the actions you take tomorrow, and the actions you take tomorrow will determine your future. So take charge of what you feed your mind. Choose to fill it with uplifting material that challenges you, inspires you, and propels you toward the life you want to create. The more you do this, the more you'll see the transformation in your thinking, in your actions, and in your results. Your mind is the foundation of your success, and when you feed it with the right material, you lay the groundwork for an extraordinary life. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a mindset, and it has the power to change the entire course of your life. Too often, people get caught up in focusing on what they don't have, what's wrong in their lives, or what they still need to accomplish. But the truth is, if you can develop an attitude of gratitude, you unlock the key to a more fulfilling, successful, and meaningful life. Gratitude isn't something that happens automatically, it's a choice. Every day you can choose to focus on what's good in your life, and that choice will make all the difference. Too many people wait for the big moments to be thankful, thinking they'll feel gratitude when they achieve their goals, buy that house, or make more money. But the real power comes when you learn to be grateful in the small moments, in the everyday occurrences that often go unnoticed. It's easy to overlook the good when you're focused on the bad, but the moment you start looking for things to be grateful for, you'll begin to see them everywhere. One of the first things you need to understand is that gratitude shifts your focus. Instead of fixating on what's missing in your life or the challenges in front of you, gratitude turns your attention to what's already working. You begin to see the blessings that are already in place, and that simple shift in perspective can completely change the way you view your world. It's about recognizing that even when things aren't perfect, there's always something to be thankful for. It's easy to forget this, especially when life feels difficult or overwhelming, but that's when gratitude is needed most. Developing an attitude of gratitude also changes the way you approach your goals and challenges. When you are grateful for what you already have, it frees you from the constant desire for more. Instead of seeing everything as lacking, you begin to see your progress, your achievements, and the small wins that add up over time. Gratitude helps you appreciate how far you've come instead of just looking ahead to where you want to go. When you can find joy in the journey, you'll find that the process of achieving your goals becomes just as rewarding as reaching the destination. Gratitude also has a profound impact on your relationships. When you're grateful for the people in your life, you begin to show them appreciation, and that appreciation builds stronger, deeper connections. It's easy to take people for granted, especially those closest to you, but taking the time to express gratitude for them fosters goodwill and strengthens the bond you share. Gratitude encourages you to acknowledge and celebrate the contributions others make in your life, whether it's a friend, a family member, a colleague, or even a stranger. This doesn't just make others feel good, it helps you build a network of support and Another benefit of gratitude is that it helps you manage stress and negative emotions. When you're focused on the things you're thankful for, you're less likely to dwell on problems and frustrations. Gratitude puts things into perspective. It allows you to take a step back and see that, despite any difficulties, you are surrounded by blessings. This perspective shift can lower your stress levels, increase your resilience, and make it easier to face challenges with a positive attitude. Gratitude creates a mindset that's centered in abundance, not scarcity. It allows you to see opportunities instead of obstacles and solutions instead of problems. There's also a profound power in expressing gratitude. Don't just feel it, show it. Whether it's saying thank you to someone, sending a note of appreciation, or simply taking a moment each day to reflect on what you're grateful for, expressing gratitude reinforces the positive emotions associated with it. The more you express gratitude, the more you attract positivity into your life. It's like planting seeds of goodwill and joy that grow and spread. Gratitude can be a daily practice. Start by setting aside time every day to reflect on the things you're grateful for, no matter how small. It could be something as simple as the opportunity to wake up and try again, a kind word from a friend, or the comfort of a warm meal. The more you make gratitude a habit, the more natural it becomes. Soon, your focus will shift from what's lacking to what's abundant, and your life will begin to reflect this positive shift in energy. And remember, gratitude is not about perfection, it's about recognizing the good in the midst of the imperfect. Life is never going to be without challenges, but when you choose to see the blessings, you create a life that's rich in meaning, satisfaction, and fulfillment. Gratitude helps you appreciate the present moment and all that it offers, instead of wishing for a future that may never come. Finally, an attitude of gratitude isn't just good for your emotional well-being, it's good for your success. When you are grateful, you attract more things to be grateful for. Positive energy breeds positive results. People want to work with, be around, and support someone who radiates appreciation and optimism. Gratitude puts you in alignment with the universe in a way that attracts success, abundance, and opportunity. So take a moment right now to pause and reflect. What are you thankful for today? What blessings can you acknowledge? The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll see its power in transforming not only your mindset, but your entire life. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to greater joy, success, and fulfillment, and it's always available to you if you choose to embrace it. Your mind is the most valuable asset you will ever possess. It is the foundation upon which everything in your life is built: the thoughts you think, the actions you take, the way you view the world, and ultimately the life you create. Your mind is the source of all wealth, success, happiness, and fulfillment. It has the power to shape your future, determine your outcomes, and influence every aspect of your reality. That's why it's crucial to understand just how valuable it is and to treat it with the respect it deserves. Most people fail to realize the immense potential that lies within their own minds. They spend so much of their time and energy focusing on external factors, money, possessions, status, without recognizing that the greatest source of wealth they could ever have is already inside of them. The power to create, to innovate, to overcome challenges, and to achieve greatness lies in your mind. Everything that has ever been created or accomplished in the world began as a thought. Every breakthrough, every achievement, every advancement in science, art, and business started in someone's mind. That's how powerful your mind is. But with great power comes great responsibility. Your mind is like a garden, and what you plant in it will determine what grows. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's what will take root and grow in your life. But if you plant seeds of positivity, confidence, and knowledge, you will cultivate a life filled with opportunity, success, and growth. You must guard your mind carefully, because just like a garden, if you leave it unattended, weeds of negative thinking will take over and choke out the potential for greatness. The key to harnessing the full power of your mind is to feed it with the right material. Just like you wouldn't put junk food into your body and expect to feel healthy and energized, you can't put junk thoughts into your mind and expect to live a prosperous, fulfilling life. You have to be intentional about what you allow into your thoughts. Feed your mind with knowledge, with inspiration, with solutions, with positivity, and you'll start to see your life shift in ways you never thought possible. Another critical aspect of protecting your mind is to recognize that you control your thoughts. Your thoughts don't just appear out of nowhere. You are the gatekeeper, and you have the power to choose what you think about. This means you can choose to focus on opportunities instead of obstacles, solutions instead of problems, and hope instead of despair. By taking full control of your thought process, you can shape the direction of your life. It all begins in your mind. It's also important to understand that what you believe is what you become. If you believe you can achieve something, if you have confidence in your abilities, your mind will work to create that reality. Your mind will guide you to take the necessary actions, make the right decisions, and develop the habits that lead to success. But if you believe you are incapable, unworthy, or destined to fail, your mind will find ways to confirm that belief. Your mind has the power to turn your beliefs into reality, and that's why it's so critical to cultivate a mindset that supports your dreams and ambitions. The most successful people understand the value of their minds, and they invest in it every day. They read books, listen to podcasts, take courses, and surround themselves with people who challenge them to think bigger and better. They understand that the more they feed their minds with valuable information, the more they grow, and the more they grow, the more opportunities come their way. Your mind is a muscle, and like any muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it. The more you stretch it, challenge it, and feed it with new knowledge, the more powerful and capable it becomes. It's also crucial to recognize that your mind is a problem-solving machine. Every challenge, every obstacle, every difficulty you face is an opportunity for your mind to do what it does best: find a solution. When you encounter a problem, don't focus on the problem itself, focus on the solution. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this situation to grow? What's the next step I need to take to move forward? By shifting your focus from the problem to the solution, you unlock the full potential of your mind. Your mind is not just valuable for achieving personal success, it's also the key to creating value for others. The more you develop your mind, the more value you can provide to the world. Every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every influential person has built their legacy by using their mind to solve problems, create opportunities, and improve the lives of others. The more you invest in your own mind, the more you have to offer to the world around you. And remember, the mind is not a passive tool, it is an active participant in shaping your future. You must take responsibility for it. It's up to you to feed it, protect it, and guide it toward the life you want to create. Don't leave your mind to chance. Don't allow it to be filled with negativity or distractions. Be deliberate about what you put into it, and you'll be amazed at the results that follow. Your mind is your most valuable asset because it is the starting point for everything you want to achieve in life. Take care of it, feed it with positive thoughts and knowledge, and harness its power to create the life you desire. When you invest in your mind, you're investing in your future. The potential is limitless, and the possibilities are endless because it all